Championship Series, Day 2, Week 2. We are in our first best of 3, and we're getting into Game 2 of Flipside Tactics versus Crimson Blade. I'm the Source. Joining me is the grand illustrious Filibuster Fox, and we should be getting into the picks and bans right about now.
Well, I'm sorry to say it, but I don't think I can cast this match. I mean,
oh no,
the first ban has me so sad. Claudessa not going to be played this round. Ray also banned. Some interesting choices for bans at the gate. Of course, the standard tank ban of Claudessa, and Ray showed a lot of success in the last game and comes out as one of the bans in this match. Was that Flipside that banned that? Is that the second one?
Yeah, Flipside got rid of that, and that's pretty much because with the limited number of heroes right now in Strife, we only got about 20-something. I should know this off the top of my head, but the number of high-powered burst mages is pretty low. So, Pookie Bear plays a pretty strong Ray as well as Relit. They both play Ray, they both play Malady. I know Relit also plays Carter, which is what I believe they picked up the Carter for him. Lady Tinder, Hale, and Bastion. So right now they've got their tank, they've got a secondary initiator, and they're not going with the double tank. They have the Lady Tinder. All that's really left is an AD carry. The lane matchups will be interesting. I think we're likely to see Hale in the bottom lane unless they go with something off meta. On the other side, Crimson Blade, they've picked up Rooks, solid AD carry, Jin Shi, which we saw Thatchy play a phenomenal Jin Shi last game, and Bo, as well as Vex and Malady. So they've actually finished out their composition. And I believe we're going to see a double bruiser lane. This is an interesting composition. I'll have to think about that one for a little bit.
Yeah, Vex with the ability to teleport around the map very often will be in the top lane. Jinshi, Bo and Malady. Not really sure what to expect from that. I figure the Rook will be bought this time. For Crimson Blade, and there's Blazer out of Flipside Tactics, unless it's backwards for me again. No.
Okay. You are right.
Okay, I'm right this time. This silly drafter confuses me, but it's okay. I'll get through it. Blazer finishing up the team comp from Flipside Tactics is going to provide them a nice, solid AD carry there, and a lot of opportunities for exchanging these lanes around, but I do expect a Rook against Hale in that bot lane.
Yeah, so I don't know. You're definitely Rook in the bottom lane. I'm trying to think of what the most effective matchups here are. Probably Malady. That gives you the most immediate kill potential because the CC lockdown is really high. Jinshi has really just her stun to set things up. Same with Vex, so likely to see the Jinshi Vex as maybe a pushing lane. Jinshi's got pretty good wave clear, and Malady Bo will go pretty well together, but we could see a Jinshi bottom lane. I've seen that a couple of times. It lacks some of the early emphasis, but again, the armor reduction is very staggering once you get about 2 levels into Whirling Embers. Still trying to learn all of Jinshi's names. Once you get 2 levels into Whirling Embers, that starts to stack up pretty well when you're doing the armor shred, and Everthirst Flame does a pretty solid amount of damage. On the other side, could be Blazer bottom lane. Blazer or Hale, one of the two. I don't really see Carter going with anybody else. Possibly Blazer Lady Tinder for that double pick potential, Bindweed into the tether shot, and likely to see Carter Bastion, because Bastion can just lock someone down and let Carter blow him up.
Indeed, and we are loading into the game now. Just waiting for everyone to get loaded in. Maybe some level 1 shenanigans again. They attempted it last time, but went to the opposite sides of the map. Maybe this time they'll meet somewhere and have some level 1 action. We shall see shortly, however, and should be loading in a couple of seconds here.
Shouldn't take too long. Ooh, that was pretty quick. So, early starting items coming out. Not actually Crimson Blade taking a little bit more time, whereas actually everybody taking their sweet time, and we got a fell blade on Thatchy. There we go. This is the words I was trying to say. So that's an early power bow, and we've seen early power bow do some significant damage. Zodiac charge hits pretty hard with a good bit of power. I feel like it's got a decent ratio. I'm trying to learn all the crazy ratios at some point, like the hidden internal ones, but that'll take me a little while. So early power out of Bo. Ryzen is actually on the Lady Tinder again. So is that solo lane Tinder? Oh my, solo lane Tinder. So they are doing interesting things. They're running a Hale and Carter mid lane, so instant burst combo. Hale actually has pretty strong burst. We've seen him coming back into play with Mystic Dagger being in his first pickup, voiding the Golden Protector and just going for that empowered auto attack, which I believe is on his W. Yeah, so he has actually leveled up Infernal Sword. So that's an instant burst combo in mid lane if they can set that up. They're going to run Blazer Bastion, which is a really good lockdown combo, but this solo lane Tinder, I don't understand.
Well, looking forward to see how it works out. We saw Tinder used to great success in the last match, but always with a friend, so I'm very curious to keep an eye on this bottom lane here. Minions are going out to their lanes. Middle is already fighting over last hits. Oh, can you do it? Oh, Hale misses the last hit!
That's going to hurt Marley down the line. Probably not too much, though. A little bit of action up in top lane, though. Ruckus got really low off that play. That was probably a really early combination from Thatchy Runcraft.
Indeed, it's a bit of a dangerous lane for him now. He's very, very low. Does he have a potion even? I don't see a potion on Ruckus there, so that could be a bit of trouble. He's going to have to hang back and regen a little. Having a look at Ryzen down in the bot lane. Nothing quite happening there. Very curious to see how that ends up. And Warwiz is going for a bit of an engagement on Ryzen, actually losing the fight a little there. That's perhaps what Ryzen was looking for. And Gifted now taking a lot of damage in the top lane. Gifted is being chased out by the Rookruff, and he picks up the kill. Gifted going down very early, and now Ruckus is going to be a bit of a hot seat there up against Thatchy and Runkroff, with them having more health and mana than he does.
Yeah, it's an interesting lane. They're going to be in trouble, actually. Mid lane, bit of an engagement by Marley, but that didn't do too much damage. Anyways, back to top lane. The Vex Bastion, or Vex Bow, isn't going to do too much till they have all of their abilities. They really need Ruckus's shield to make big plays with that bow, so he's essentially invulnerable, and Pookie Bear is in a lot of trouble really showing his Carter play.
Yeah, Ryzen took a lot of damage in the bot lane as well. Just healing himself back up quite nicely, but that's rough whenever Warwiz goes for a fight. And nothing else seemed to happening right now.
Yep, so early item pickups. Marley's actually got a lot of regen there, so looking to be able to spam out his skills pretty consistently, set up a lot of the farm. And again, this is Strife, so you can share farm between the two. If Marley can keep them zoned out for the moment and keep landing Infernal Blade through the farm, that's actually one of the great things you can do. Actually goes in for a little bit of engagement, gets some damage on the Zingod. Pookie Bear should be fine, though.
Zingod going for a bit of a counter engage, taking a good bit of damage in return. But all in all, damage usually going in favor of the fight for Flipside in the mid lane.
Yeah, no, this is interesting. Warwiz is under tower, Ryzen is up a level, or probably about half a level. So this bottom lane, I still don't really know what it's gonna do. I've never seen a full power Lady Tinder. Maybe it's some weird bruiser combination, I'm not sure.
I'm very excited to see how that develops. Poor Pookie Bear taking so much poke from Lilith there in the mid lane. And all of Crimson Blade seems to be forced under tower a little, with the exception of Warwiz, who is a little behind.
Well, pretty clear GPM advantage to everybody. The highest member on Crimson Blade is actually behind the lowest member on Flipside Tactics. So that's actually bottom lane Ryzen. He's at about 350, and it's about 340 for his counterpart Warwiz. So it's definitely a little rough for Flipside Tactics right now. Again, they're going to have to turn things around either in team fights or find a really nice engagement, because right now they're being pressured really heavily, and there's already some pretty good starting items coming out, or at least there should be some soon. There's a lot of gold on the members of Flipside Tactics.
Yeah, a lot of poke in the mid lane is just forcing Malady and Zingod to hide under tower. In goes Marley for a fight onto Zingod. Zingod taking a lot of damage there, and he's so very low. He's going to be able to finish it. He's not quite got enough damage unless he can land one more snipe, I should say. Pookie Bear doing a good job of staying aggressive onto Marley to keep him from finishing off Zingod. Looks like Ryzen had to go B. War was getting some time to farm all by himself. Thatchy going in for engage. On the top lane, though, Ruckus in a lot of trouble. Thatchy chasing him down. That's a kill for Runkroft there, and another advantage for Flipside up top.
Zadig charge tether shot combo. It does a lot of damage. Just between those two skills, and then Runkroft, you know, he's playing that Blazer. Blazer is one of the higher burst AD carries before really getting heavy items. You know, Fetters don't burst, but there's a lot of burst you can get onto a Blazer, and you can also build Blazer full magic burst. You don't really need to go with the attack speed build, but looks like Pookie Bear is roaming up. He has already finished his rocket boots. He may be able to make a play on a Runkroft here.
And Marley's stuck alone for a while there. They should be fine. Pookie Bear trying to make something happen. Zingod very low in the mid lane. Here goes the engagement top. Runkroft going down almost instantly, caught by all the crowd control from Crimson Blade. That's going to be able to stay safe there. But that's giving mid for Flipside a chance to do a little extra damage to the tower here. They're picking up some hits. Here comes Pookie Bear back to try to make something happen. Tower's less than half. Oh, the engage from Marley under the tower. Just as soon as Pookie Bear gets there, Zingod goes down very quickly. Hale doing so much damage in the back. The wall keeping him from going anywhere, but the snipe from Carter picks up the kill, and that's surely a tower for Flipside in the mid lane.
So it looks like a pretty good engagement off of that one kill. They did rotate in and get that one. They actually used the ultimate from Rook. That was a cross-map deliverance that came in to set play up. So that was pretty good action. Ooh, in comes Vex to see if he catches someone.
Oh, he misses the skill shot. Ruckus has no mana left. Hale comes back in, but manages to get the kill anyways. Ruckus killed by Relit and Ruckus by Marley. Ruckus kills Marley. Rally, you know what I mean. Yeah, they killed each other.
So Flipside tactics just not done yet.
In the mid lane, though, Runkroft coming in for the tether onto Zingod. Not any follow-up from that. Bastion trying to mess with Gifted down the top. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, we've got Ryzen and Relit trying to force down Warwiz. There goes the ultimate from Ryzen trying to take down this tower quickly. Here comes Pookie Bear for the counter engage, but here's Carter to try to stop it. Oh, it's going to be a lot of trouble. Ryzen there. He's going to get the kill for Warwiz. But here comes Runkroft to help out. Pookie Bear maybe going to be able to get away. No. Blazer picks up the kill, so that's 2 kills for 1 and possibly a tower in the bot lane. And Marley still pressuring up mid. And an engage from top. Ruckus trying to go on Thatchy, but no success there. Meanwhile, mid,
wow,
Marley does pick up the kill on Zingod.
Okay, so let's backstep a couple of plays, because there have been a lot of them. Great play in mid lane by Marley and Relit to pick up that double kill. They overaggressed a little while.
But top Thatchy gets dived under the tower a little there. Almost manages to kill Ruckus. Gifted staying in on it though. Thatchy taking plenty of damage, but giving out even more. Marley's trying for the tower. Pookie Bear's coming in for the kill. He gets the wall down. Warwiz is there to help. That's 3 from Crimson Blade, finishing off Hale in the mid lane. And Blazer doesn't really want to engage too hard here, but Warwiz is taking the bait. Carter and Ryzen just around the corner. The mist snare and is going to enable the disengage out of Crimson Blade there. Yeah, there are plays all over the place.
So with all those plays in mind, it's still heavy advantage for Flipside tactics. Now they were able to pick up a lot of kills and wind up trading, 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. They'd pick up 2, only lose 1 person, or maybe even get away with it. And they've taken a tower in exchange for that in the bottom lane. Ryzen looked like they were going to engage onto him as well, but that play didn't go through. So far, everything has been advantage for Flipside tactics. They lose someone, but they gain 2 objectives, either a kill and a tower, or more than, 2 kills for that. And now this tower is really, really low in mid lane.
Yep, and down it goes. Gifted and Zingod caught a little bit, but not enough to engage upon. No stun landing out there. Now it looks like they're rotating for a Baldir. Malady's going to be caught in the middle if they attempt to fight. This could be a lot of trouble for Crimson Blade, particularly Pookie Bear. But Thatchy is caught. Is he going to be able to get out of there or get help in time? He does dash through the wall, no problem. And Ruckus is downed very quickly by a combination of Relit and Marley there. They're going to push down this top tower. Gifted is here, but Blazer's looking to have something happen. He lands the tether onto Zingod. Zinggod's in a lot of trouble, taking more than half his health and damage. He's getting out of there, though. Pookie Bear forced to fall back to try and help, but that's going to just enable Flipside to take this tower.
Yeah, this tower should be going down. The deliverance was fired. Let's see if it gets in.
Oh, the stun!
Hit Marley.
The CC break more than enough. Gifted is in a lot of trouble now. Thatchy hit by the tornado and knocked back by Gifted, but it's not enough to take down Thatchy. He's too tanky right now. 2 kills, Ruckus and Gifted down. Here goes the Rocket trying to find Pookie Bear. Carter is chasing him down and picking up the 3rd kill. And the tower goes down. Now we've got Blazer solo against Warwiz in the mid lane. And just so much success from Flipside.
Yeah, this is getting a little out of control. Oh my god, another bind.
A beautiful bind. Quick kill, and now it's just another tower on the hot seat.
So this is really, really fast. Flipside Tactics. Warwiz, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, Warwiz?
Warwiz giving up a lot of damage there to try to push them off the tower. It does delay them enough for the rest of Crimson Blade to show up. Carter taking some snipes out. They're looking to re-engage here. There goes Thatchy into the fight, but Pookie Bear catching Marley in the side. A lot of disengage. And everyone's getting out of there safely except Ryzen, who is continuing to be offensive and push for this Warwiz. He really wants the kill, but he's all alone there. He gets the kill, but he goes down as well. Pookie Bear killed in the side by Marley. And that's just going to enable an engagement on Zingod there. The tether landing, but quickly broken out of Thatchy, Frelit, and Runcroft. Not quite able to pick up anything aside from Vex.
Yeah, so continuous brawler-style fighting coming up from Flipside Tactics. Clearly, they know how to scrap pretty well as a team. They're able to use high ground. They've actually used high ground, low ground really, really well in the last few fights, moving in and out and picking up a lot of targets. So they got a tower in the top lane. They got a little less than half, probably about 1/3 the damage down in the tower in mid lane, or inner tower in top lane. Should be able to pick up this deer without too much trouble, and they've picked up that outer ring of towers. Haven't lost any themselves despite all of Crimson Blade's attempts. So pretty good gold advantage, actually pushing up to about 12,000 at 11 minutes. That's barely significant, especially with a team of hyper carries in the form of the burst from Blazer, the burst from Marley's Hail. That's a lot of damage they can do very, very quickly.
It is. They've got a push going down in the bot lane. Rook getting a little caught by Thatchy here. Maybe a bit of a team fight coming up as the rest of the teams come to close. Thatchy goes down, but Marley is in the back on Pookie Bear. Thatchy got Warwiz. But Marley is caught by Gifted. Gifted taking a lot of damage. He goes down to Marley. Marley's still alive, but there he goes. He got picking up a kill there. And 2 more kills in favor of Flipside, just continuing to turn this. It's so very hard to keep up with their damages in these fights. They just knock down the enemy team so quickly.
Now that was significant. This is a power bastion. I want to take a quick look at his Everwinter charm. It is large health to power, so he's still building semi-tanky, but he has a lot of power. The fact that he soloed down Warwiz's Rook, Warwiz is back up again, is looking to do something stupid in my opinion, because that is a lot of members there waiting. The fact that he soloed him set that fight up phenomenally. Thatchy did not die despite being ulted back in by his Gifted, and here comes the engagement.
Well, he manages to take down Thatchy pretty quick here. Then Bo engaging onto Ryzen, chasing him out. Carter's still on the side trying to snipe, but he's forced out. Ryzen gets a good snare onto Gifted to enable his own disengage. Now Carter is in a bit of trouble. Warwiz and Zingod coming in pretty deep, but Blazer doesn't have enough damage.
Whoa.
Actually, with the help of Carter, holy cow, that burst takes down the Zingod very quickly there. But he is caught in the middle there against Ruckus. Maybe he'll pick up Ruckus before he dies. No, he does not, but Ryzen misses the snare, manages to pick up Ruckus anyways, but gives up his own life for a little greedy there. But that does leave Marley all alone in the top lane to push.
So a 3 for 3 overall. I said it was probably stupid for Warriors to go in at the beginning. He waited it out a little bit and they got something back. When you're behind, going even is great. They were able to trade evenly, but in comes Thatchy, and oh my god, he just used his hide and seek. I think Warwiz is in trouble.
Well, Warwiz is running, and it's probably not going to be enough to escape this little boy riding a dragon. Oh, wait, it was. The tower was sufficiently terrifying enough to prevent that kill. Runcroft looking to engage on Pookie Bear here. He gets the tether in, and down goes the wall on the wrong side, and he dies.
Yeah.
It would have helped him anywhere.
That was really good play by Runcroft. He anticipated the dash and actually got the bind down, that tether shot, right as Pookie Bear was dashing away. I want to take a look at some of the item differences here. 3 completed items on Relit, and he's got finished power boots. Blazer, Mystic Dagger power boots, extra power as well. We look at Pookie Bear, rocket boots, no finished item, and a little bit of damage actually hit there on the Runcroft. Marley goes in.
Okay, Marley in a bit of trouble there as he goes down very quickly to Zingod. Relit in a lot of trouble now as well. Here comes Roncroft to try to turn this fight around, lands the tether. Relit gets away, but the wall goes down to prevent Roncroft from disengaging. Tactics in a lot of trouble, but hey, a lot more damage from Flipside coming out. 2 kills for them for giving up for just the one on Marley, rather, and they're going to be able to pressure this mid tower. Good rotation out of the bot lane there. They've got a lot of minions down there, so it's going to continue pushing for a bit while they work on this mid tower.
Yep, and they picked up that bottom tower. That was a great rotation in by Thatchy. Showed up at just the right time. Now, they didn't pick up Warwiz. It looked like the ultimate, that imminent boom out of Relit was going to finish the job, and Thatchy decides to go in with Runcroft backing him up.
Indeed, not a whole lot of a result from that team fight other than Thatchy going down. Just they did manage to come in and defend their tower in time, but it looks like Flipside is looking to make something happen with their rotation here. Maybe trying for Syndara. I mean, Crimson Blade is going the wrong way. They've got plenty of ability to do it. Yep, here it goes. Down goes the Syndara fight.
So Crimson Blade kind of out of position here.
A little bit. They're taking a ball here, so that will help them a little bit at least. I don't think they would win the fight at Syndara anyway, so they may as well get the gold.
They might have been able to take something. I think that was a bit of an oversight. I would not have rotated for that immediately, but we'll see. So items starting to be finished out by a lot of the members of Flipside Tactics. That's an Everwinter Charm on Marley, giving him some tankiness and still a little bit more power. A lot of mana for Relit, so he's just going to be able to spam everything out. And Ryzen, he's picked up that power, that Crystal and Shiv, has power boots, is looking for something else. Not sure what he's going to go with. Might be a power staff for damage. And in goes Marley. Let's see if he finds anybody.
Not quite finding anybody, but Carter finds a lot of damage onto Zangod there with just a good bit of poke. And they're going to continue sieging this down, waiting for Krytos to come in and help. Here comes the stealth in from Roncroft, but he gets caught under tower and down very quickly by Warwiz, and Thatchy takes down a target as well. Zingod in a lot of trouble. There's so much engaged from both sides here, and just so much chaos in these fights. Warwiz does manage to stay alive, though, but he's not going to be able to defend this, especially with Kratos here now. They're going to be able to gaze on him under the tower. That's actually taking more damage from Marley comes in from the side. The miss there from Ryzen, enabling Warwiz to stay alive just a little bit longer, wasting a lot of time chasing him down, but Kratos still doing the work on the tower. That tower's going to go down, and they've got only a couple of seconds before the team starts coming up for Crimson Blade. They might not be able to push this with their health.
Despite a beautiful ultimate from Gifted that brought 3 members back in, the heals were real. Marley and Ryzen were able to keep themselves alive. Thatchy avoided death, and here comes another engagement.
Marley trying to get engaged upon there, but Thatchy counter-engages, giving his life so Marley can escape. But Zingod lands a good stun there. Blazer coming in from the side, grabbing Pookie Bear with the tether, really causing chaos. Marley goes right back in that wall in the way, though. Despite going back and forth as both these teams are vying for control of the situation. And looks like it's going to be a disengage from Crimson Blade here, as they're not going to continue a risky jungle fight with this very, very far ahead Flipside Tactics.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Runcroft split his damage. He probably could have picked up a kill if he hadn't. He split up between tethering the Malady, tethered Pookie Bear, and put his damage onto Gifted. If he just focused Pookie Bear, he probably would have just destroyed him. A tower did go down in the top lane, so that's going to be helpful to to Crimson Blade. That's a little bit of gold out to them. Deliverance was fired, but I guess that missed Ryzen, and he's going to be able to join up with a few members of his team. Actually runs right into Gifted.
And Gifted is trying to get out of there, but he doesn't have enough health to survive the onslaught that is Lady Tinder. But he does manage to get out, actually. Here's Warwiz coming in to try to finish off Roncroft, but he's caught alone now. Not much chance of escape for Warwiz here, as Marley is on top of him. Ryzen is just around the corner. CC break not sufficient. Gifted and Warwiz dying there at the very end of the fight.
Good play there by Relit to finish off Bo. He was able to chase down onto Gift and pick that up. Down comes the Nature Spirit, and this should be a down generator.
Indeed, and here comes an engage from Ruckus, but he takes so much damage to the face from Carter, he's not able to follow up anything. Marley's going deep behind the lines trying to engage, but Zingod is doing work on him as he's trying to kite away. Oh, Ryzen! Oh, he takes too much damage from the tower, and okay, I didn't see a death message pop up, but he did die. Ruckus managed to die as well, though, there. Pookie Bear now in trouble. Marley goes deep. He's going to die there as well. Doesn't manage to pick up the kill on Pookie Bear, as Runkralf now trying to escape, but Zingod, no, he stops to be in range when he could have gotten away, and they managed to pick up the kill there.
Yeah, I think he would have been chased down anyway. They had enough abilities to continue chasing him. I also think there was a Fitz on him, so he wasn't getting out no matter what. Deliverance went out, that's going to hit onto Thatchy, and maybe they can engage.
Thatchy, very tanky, able to get out of that situation pretty quickly here. But Gifted came around from the side, is catching him out. The rest of the team didn't react in time, though. Here comes Carter. He's giving some help for Gifted's damage, but that's not enough to save Thatchy. And that's a nice pick from Crimson Blade.
Yeah, despite being behind there, again, rallying pretty well in the jungle. Flipside Tactics playing pretty confidently. Maybe a little bit too confidently, considering the fact that the gold lead is only 11,000. That could be pretty easily swung. Now, they do have a huge advantage in the bottom lane. That generator is almost down. If they can group up, take that, they should be able to cement their lead significantly. And, you know, all of the generators are under pressure. That doesn't mean Blade is out, but they're definitely in trouble. It looks like that play is going to be onto Warwiz.
Indeed, that's Marley trying to come in behind onto Zingod, but Warwiz does go down to Carter, and Marley's going deep once again, stopped by the wall. The rock is not going to do enough to stop Zingod, but my goodness, that was a lot of damage out of Carter with just a little bit of poke. And Ryzen is soloing the generator by himself with his little ultimate, and manages to take down the bottom generator, giving them an opportunity to get into space a little more safely than they have been in the past.
Yep, so down goes that first generator. That's going to give Flipside Tactics a nice chunk of gold. See whether or not they engage with it, as Mark feels pretty confident 1v4 and he's just trying to bait in some targets.
Yep, he manages to bait them in, but it's not a quick enough reaction from Flipside to enable much. But Zingod run into the corner is going to go down here. Marley taking a lot of damage. He goes down as well. That's 1 for 1 there. Ryzen now trying to get killed by Warwiz, but he's going to try to stay alive there. Not a lot of success as Relit and Runkralf and Thatchy managed to finish that off. Now Ruckus is trying to get out of there, but it doesn't look good. Ruckus is the only one left. He's way behind. Ow! So much damage from Relit there, and they should be able to push down the game now.
Yep, they've got 3 members here. Next death timer is 14 seconds. I don't really see anything that Ruckus can do, but he's going to go in for it.
And die. But
yeah,
he manages to get the kill on the no. Oh, so close. 10 hit points. It's exactly 10 hit points after that hit him. But it gives Zingzod time to get up, and he's diving for the kill on Thatchy. Thatchy is the delicious bait. That is their consolation prize if they get it. There it goes. Bo picking it up, and the base is still alive. I think Flipside is maybe playing a little.
I mean, they probably could have ended it there, but it would have been close. Would have been very, very close. So right now, they're in a pretty good advantage. The middle generator is really, really low. It looks like they're going to continue chasing on to Relit.
They may be able to catch him here. Bo misses the slow, though, so that's going to certainly give Carter a good chance to get away here. Pookie Bear's got a chance. He gets the tornado. That's going to let Warwiz pick up the kill.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little while before Flipside Tactics can rally again. That'll give the Crux enough time to get its shield back. And whoa, a lot of damage.
Ryzen nearly burst down Ruckus almost instantly 1v3. The fourth comes in, and that's more than enough to kill that solo lane Lady Pinder.
Yeah, he's got a lot of power. Crystalline Shift, Pyro, Staff Grimoire, and some additional power sitting on those boots and the extra power shard. So he does have a lot of he does do a ton of damage. Not sure where Flipside Tactics' next play is going to be. They've kind of just been running in circles, not really looking to end the game yet, which they pretty much can. Like, all they have to do is do a little bit of damage to that Crux and it'll be over. Some big items being picked up though, and looks like Marley trying to find an engagement.
Well, War was caught a little out of position, manages to get out over the wall. Nice tornado from Pookie Bear. Keeps Marley away slightly, but he's still going to get Warwiz down. And the counter engage from Zingod coming in onto Runkralf, he misses, and that's not going to be sufficient. That's going to counter engage while Marley plays around in the enemy base. Zingod going down to Thatchy. Now Marley just diving through the generator in mid, trying to force these teams into some sort of tumultuous, turbulent fight. as Ruckus is a little close. The Rocket not going to kill anyone as he finish off this middle generator and get a minion wave to try to finish off the game. Down goes the Crux for a, what was that, 17 minutes or so game?
Yeah, just about.
Leading with only about 18, well, actually that generator down to probably about 19,000 gold at the end there. That was a dominating victory out of Flipside Tactic, finishing the series 2-0 in their favor.
Yep, so we'll be moving into our next best of 3 hopefully soon. That was a pretty quick match. I'm gonna double check the schedule. Let's see, it should be, our next match should be New Team versus Ascent Gaming. That one's set to start at 2. That may start a little bit earlier, but we'll see. In the meantime, guys, we'll leave you guys with a little bit of music and see you when we get into our next match, Ascent Gaming versus New Team. This is Strife Championship Series presented by Surreal Gaming, brought to you guys by GameVox, voiced on right. I'm the Source. Joining me is Filibuster Fox, and we'll see you guys after these commercial messages.